Namaste students. Today we will learn about the different types of the images formed by the convex lens when object is placed at a different positions. Before starting with the ray diagram, let us discuss about the few points about the convex lens. Convex lens, the few points. The first point is the optical center. The first point is optical center. Optical center is basically the geometrical center of the lens. This is a convex lens. Now the geometrical center is known as the optical center and we denote by alphabet C. Now, second, principal axis. Principal axis is a ray which is passing through the optical center and perpendicular to both the surface. This is the optical center C and this is the line which is basically perpendicular to both the surfaces. This is known as the principal axis. I'll write here X and write it here as a X dash. Now, third is the focus. Either focus or principal focus. First of all, let me tell you there are two focus in this one. So basically that is plural, we call foci. Fine. Now, one is on the right side, one is on the left side. Now, what is the point principal focus or focus? When a ray of light parallel to the principal axis, pass through lens, after refraction, it passed through a point on the principal axis. This point is known as the focus. Again, I am repeating. A focus is a point on the principal axis to which a line parallel to the principal axis pass through that point after refraction through this lens. Now, the fourth point is focal length. Focal length. Focal length is the distance between the optical center and the focus. So, CF is focal length. Now, this principal focus, that is F. Convex lens is also known as a converging lens because when a parallel ray of light falls on that one, I'll draw a diagram here. This is a convex lens. This is the optical center C. This is the principal axis. Now, this is the first focus and this is the second one focus. Now, when a ray of light or parallel beam of light falls on a convex lens, then after refraction, it will pass through a point as all rays are merged. They are converging to at one point. So that's why convex lens is also known as a converging lens. Now, next topic is the rules for obtaining images formed by the convex lens. In case of a convex lens, we say the image is formed where two rays will intersect each other or two rays will meet each other. For that, there are three principal rays which we study. Now, if we talk about a beam of the light, you know, means so many rays of the light. But for our convenience, we will study only, for each and every case, we will take only two rays and we will show them that where they meet and then actually the image is formed. So first of all, those three rules. rule number 1 is a ray of light goes parallel to principal axis after passing through lens. That it means that after refraction it will pass through focus. For example, this is a ray of light. For example, this is a lens and this is the principal axis. If a ray of light falls parallel to the principal axis, after refraction it will pass through the focus. Fine. This is the rule number 1. The second point is a ray of light passing through optical center goes undeviated after refraction. It means this is a convex lens, this is the principal axis, this is the optical center C. A ray of light which is passing through the optical center will go undeviated. Undeviated means will go straight way. Third point is the reverse of the point number 1, that a ray of light passing through focus after refraction it will go parallel to principal axis. Now this point means let this be a convex lens with an optical center C. Now this is the focus and this another focus. It means a ray of light passing through the focus. So after refraction it will go parallel to the principal axis. If ray is going down to up, so it's passing through this focus, fine, and then it will go parallel. If suppose a ray of light is coming from up to down, so it means this passing through this focus. Now after refraction it will go parallel to the principal axis. Please remember, whenever we draw the ray diagram, this direction of the ray, that is the arrow to that particular ray, should be marked, so that we will come to know that from which side the rays of lights are coming. Case 1, when object is at the infinity. Now for this, the ray diagram will be like this. This is a convex lens, this is the principal axis passing through the optical center C. When object is at the infinity, the rays of light comes parallel. Now let this be the first ray of light, and after refraction it will pass through this one, and second, this is the ray of light, after refraction it will pass through this one. So the point where both ray of light meet, that is this point is the focus. Please remember, this image is formed at the focal plane. Focal plane means a screen with a square shaped screen, that is two-dimensional screen, when we kept at focus, and this object is at the infinity, and the image will form at focus, and image will be of very small size, we call as a diminished. the image is real and inverted, and it's highly diminished. Highly diminished. Now, there is one more ray diagram. For this one, we can draw that this is the convex lens, this is the principal axis passing through the center of curvature, passing through optical center. Now, let this be the one parallel line after refraction which pass through the focus, and this is the second parallel line passing through the focus. Now, in this case, the image is highly diminished and again is at the focus. This image is also at the focus, but it slightly below. Fine. It is of the very small size. Okay. But when that is the case, when basically we consider the rays are falling at some angle. But when rays are falling parallel to the principal axis, the image will form at the focus. And again same, the image is real and inverted and the image is highly diminished. Second case is when object is beyond 2f. What is 2f? That the distance at the twice of the focus, beyond the twice of the focal length. Now, for this the ray diagram is, this is the convex lens, this is the principal axis, this is the optical center C. Now, suppose this is the focal length, that is the distance between the optical center and the focus. Whatever is the distance, double of that one, we call it the 2f. And the beyond 2f is, it means toward the left side, towards my left side if I stand like this. Now this is the focus and this is the twice of the focus. See that the two surfaces are there. One surface is this. If one surface is this, for this surface this is the focus, this is twice of the focus. And for this surface, right one surface, this is the focus and this is the twice of the focus. When object is beyond 2f, it means let A be the height of an object. Now again, whatever three principal rays we have studied, we have to take any two rays from there. First ray of light parallel to the principal axis, after refraction it will pass through focus. Second ray of light which is passing the optical center will go undividedly. Fine. And the image is formed between f and 2f. Now, object is beyond 2f, image is between f and 2f. If we talk about nature, nature is real and inverted. If we talk about size, it is diminished. Diminished, or we can write that smaller in size. In first case, it was highly diminished, means very, very small as compared to the object. And in this case, it is diminished, that is smaller than the object. The third case is, case number third is when the object is at 2f, that is twice of the focus. So now for that the ray diagram will be again convex lens with the optical center C, and this is the principal axis passing the optical center. This is f and this is twice of f dash. This is f dash, twice of f dash. Now when object is at twice of f dash, let A be the height of an object. So a ray of light parallel to the principal axis, after refraction it will pass through focus. And second, a ray of light passing through optical center will go undividedly. So where the image will be formed, that point will be twice of the focus. And please remember, as the inverted image will be formed, so A will be this point and B will be this one. So I'm writing here A dash B dash. That is the inverted. Now the image is formed at, when the object is at twice of the focus, image is formed at the same, that twice of the focus, and the nature of the image is real and inverted, and the size of the image is equal as height of object. Height of object, that is the size of the image is same as that of size of an object. The case fourth is when object is between focus and twice of the focus. For that the ray diagram will be, this is the convex lens, optical center passing through C. This is the focus F dash, twice of the focus 2F. When object is between F and 2F, so the first ray of light, same parallel to the principal axis, after refraction will pass through focus, and second ray of light passing through the center of the curvature will go undeviatedly. So the point basically where it meet, that is the beyond. This is the point A dash and this is B dash. AB is the height of an image and A dash B dash is the height of a AB is the height of an object, A dash and B dash is the height of an image, as the image is formed inverted. So where the image is formed, beyond 2F, nature of the image real and inverted, and size of the image is magnified. Size of the image is magnified. The case fifth, case when the object is at the focus. For that the ray diagram will be this, the convex lens, this is the principal axis passing through the optical center C, this is the focus F, this is the twice of the focus. Now when the object is at the focus, now from here again we'll take two rays. First ray, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis, after refraction it will pass through the focus. Now second ray of light which is passing through the optical center will go undeviatedly. Now please have a look. In this case the rays of light, they are going parallel, and as parallel light do not meet, we consider them that they will meet at infinity. Fine. So in this case the image will formed at infinity. The nature of the image, is real and inverted, and the size is highly magnified. In few books, and in place of the word magnified, they have used the word enlarged. So that's the same thing. Now till here, as I was telling you, till here first five case, image is, the nature of the image is real and inverted. And now the last case, the sixth case, I have written here the special case. Now this case when the object is between focus and the optical center C. Now this is a convex lens, this is a principal axis passing through optical center C, this is the focus f dash, this is twice of the focus 2f dash. Now this side focus is f and this side the focus is twice of f. When the object is between f and c, again we'll take two rays. One ray, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it will pass through focus. And second ray of light, which is passing through the optical center, will go undeviatedly. Now please remember, in this case, the rays of light, when they are going, the distance between them keep on increasing. Fine. So it means they will not meet further. What we do, we'll extend this light, this two rays of light at this position back, and we consider that the image is formed on the same side. If now here, if I take this as a point A, this is B, it means AB is the height of an object, so image will be A dash and B dash. Now in this case, the image will be formed at the on the same side. Fine. So that's why I have written the special case here. The image formed on same side. That is same side of object. Now the nature of the image is erect and virtual. All the erect images, they are the virtual, and the size is magnified. So this is the sixth case, which is the special one. Now this is a summary of the image formed by the convex lens. Means whatever the six types of the image we have learned just now, how to put in a table form. And if you remember the table form, it will be easy for you also to draw the ray diagram. For that, we will make 4 columns. First is a position of object. Then second, position of image. Third, size. And last is the nature. Now, the very first case was, see, I will tell you first 5 cases. Fine. First case, when the object is at infinity. Second case, when object is beyond 2f. Third case, when object is at 2f. Fourth case, when object is between f and 2f. And the fifth case is when object is at f. Now, first case, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now, how the sixth case I will tell at the last, which I wrote as for the special, as a special case. Now for this, now whatever we have written, now we will write in a reverse order. It means from down to up. First we will write at f, then between f and 2f, then at 2f, then beyond 2f, and then last is at infinity. Now you can see very well, when object is at the infinity, image is formed at focus. When object is beyond 2f, image is formed between f and 2f. When object is at 2f, image is formed same at 2f. When object is between f and 2f, it is formed beyond, image is beyond 2f. When object is at focus, and images will be formed at infinite. Now this is the basically this way, and this way it is a opposite case. Fine. Now the size. The size of an image is keep on increasing. In first case, it is highly diminished. Highly diminished. Highly diminished means very small size. Second is diminished. Second is a diminished or smaller. Then next is of the same size or equal. I'll write here same size. Now fourth is magnified, and last is highly magnified. Last means whatever the 5 cases I have discussed till now. Fine. Now the nature of the image. Nature of the image in the first 5 cases all are the real and inverted. Real and inverted. Real, inverted, real and inverted, real and inverted, and real and inverted. Now if you see the size, this is very small, then a bigger, that is diminished means smaller but bigger than this one, then of the same size, little more bigger, then magnified, and then highly magnified. Now 6th case is the special case when object is between F and C. The position of the image is same side of object. In this case, the size of the image is magnified, and the nature of the image is virtual and erect. The nature of the image is virtual and erect. This, if you learn this complete table, I hope it will be easy for you to learn those ray diagrams, how to draw them properly. Next is that how to determine the focal length of a convex lens. The very easiest way is we'll take a convex lens, and we consider that any object which is at the infinity. Generally what we have, that is a sun, that is at the infinite distance. So what we do, that we consider the rays of light comes from the parallel to the principal axis, coming from the sun, and after refraction it will pass through the point, that is the focus. See what it means is when we take a lens and we take a page, so we try to focus and we try to get a complete and very small image of a sun. Fine. It means this, although I'll make a big for you. Fine. This image of the sun will be. So the distance between the lens and the focus, that is the distance between the lens and the image where it is formed, that is the focal length of a convex lens. Now next, the use of the convex lens. The very first use of the convex lens, it is used as a magnifying glass. Magnifying glass. They are used by the palmist. Basically those who look in the hands for and tell about the future. And next, by the person who repair the watch. Watch. Fine. Now second, it is used in slide projectors. Slide projectors, also used in a microscope and telescope. Now convex lens also used in a simple camera, or if we write only camera, then also it's fine. They are used in a camera. The last is convex lenses used by those which are suffering from the hypermetropia. It means that for the correction of hypermetropia. Hypermetropia is a disease in which a person can see a distance which is far away, quite far away, but not the nearby. The other name is long-sightedness. Long-sightedness. It means the person can see the long at a quite far distance but unable to see the nearby distance.